I honestly feel really flustered that I didn't have the checklist, but everything's fine.
It's because you're the only one who's forgotten.
All right, do you hear that laugh and you see that face? That is the face of Niles making fun of Taylor for a long time ago on one of the episodes forgetting to plug in her microphone and we had to re-record. Turns out, please roast Niles in the comments, because it turns out that on this very episode that he decided to make fun of Taylor and we skipped the checklist that we do before recording, Niles forgets to plug in his microphone. So yeah, this is my disclaimer just to say this episode has some pretty bad audio from Niles, but we decided to not re-record it because the episode was so good and we had a lot of good flow, good energy, good banter. This episode is also sponsored by Wasabi Power. Wasabi. Wasabi makes great batteries at an affordable price point. Chances are if you have a camera, they make an external battery for it. I got my little Sony A7 IV batteries here. These things are awesome. They're offering our listeners 15% off their order right now, so click the link in the description. Use promo code SUNNY on their website, and yeah, they ship out. I think their orders ship out the very next day. They have incredible customer support, and they are just a small family-run business down in Southern California, so thank you, Wasabi, for sponsoring this episode. Let's get into it, and again, sorry about the bad audio.
It is summer 2022, and there are a lot of photos being posted on the internet, and there are some trends that myself and my fellow creative colleagues here aren't really that into. Maybe we don't like them. Not going to say the H word, hate, but they're what we strongly dislike or what we find cringy, and what we've actually maybe done that other people might find cringy, because we're all guilty. That's the thing here. We're all guilty of a little trend hopping. You know, trying to hit Al, trying to ride the Al wave into trying to get
Guilty
more followers, or I don't know, whatever. Welcome to the Sunny Show. Here we are.
Yeah, what up, everybody? Episode 21.
Whoa, dude. Our pod can drink. That's cool.
Love that.
Oh, let's cheers to that for the get-go.
Oh, I don't have anything to drink. Oh, crap.
Joshua.
Oh, dude, you're not 21
That is
yet,
so on brand and drives me crazy.
Wait, what?
So
wow.
Bro, I've been
Sorry,
consistent.
okay.
I've been consistent.
Also, we're on Discord recording this as well, so
I'll take
if you
a
see this on
Dr. Pep.
YouTube, join our Discord, link below. But we have been going off for about 10 minutes. Niles is bringing the hype today. He's back. He was gone last week. How was camping?
Camping was great. Camping with children is such a different beast than camping without them. I feel like I grew up going to the woods a lot with my dad. We'd just go in, we'd camp, we'd go backpacking, blah, blah, blah. Now it's like car camping, a ton of stuff, big Coleman tents, kids rolling in dirt. You know, there's just so many things that can hurt your children when you're not at home. Your home is kind of like hurt-proof for the most part.
Safe haven.
And in the woods, it's like you got hot coals in the fire. You got tree sap in their hair. It is absolute mayhem.
They're eating sugar and they're eating weird.
dirt.
So they're just like
eating
bars.
worms.
Yes, and then but what's funny is the whole time you're
Mosquitoes.
like grinding out this trip, and it's like not really vacation. But then when you get home, you're home for an hour, and the kids are asleep, and you're immediately just looking at all the photos, and you're thinking through like how great the memories were. But then you think back, and you're like, no, that's actually really hard. But it's like what you're providing for your kids is just this good experience, and
it's like immediately sentimental.
It's immediately sentimental, and I got some good photos of the kiddos. And I actually, a photography trend I hate, but that I'm gonna do because I'm guilty of things that I hate or gripe. I said I wouldn't say the H word. I'm already saying, but. Is basically Instagram, I think, is still for photographers in a way. You just have to make a reel.
Yeah.
You have to make a reel of photos because you see.
Is that the hill you're dying on this episode? It's still for photographers.
And you can't enjoy the photo because like most of the reels are like.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get into it right now.
No,
let's get into it right now.
I don't like it. It drives me crazy because it really
enjoy
is.
Anything anymore.
It's a bunch of film photos like this, and then you have to rewatch it a couple times if you actually want to see the photos.
Yeah.
But like I think someone said it the
Vibey
best.
music.
I saw like, Instagram now for photographers is like showing the camera for 10 seconds and then showing the photo you take on it for 0.3 seconds.
Yes.
Totally. But I think there's a retention tactic there because like you're showing the camera, which is the anticipation. So you're building this anticipation of what the photo's going to look like, especially if like there's an environment behind it that looks like it would make a good photo. And then you show the photo really quickly so that you have to go watch it again. Which to me is such a it's such a social media BS thing that you have to do. It's like you basically have to like get people to keep watching so that it helps Al pump you up. But it's not good for photography. Horrible for photography.
Horrible.
I do get a laugh at the ones where it's like beautiful camera shot and then it's like, it's like it's a terrible image
horrible
afterwards.
photos.
I just laugh so hard with that.
I can get behind the funny ones, but the ones where it's like these are really technically great photos and like amazing compositions, and I want to like spend some time with it.
Right.
I don't do the rewatching because I don't buy into it.
You're on to the next. You're scrolling. You're on to the next.
I don't watch reels.
Oh, damn.
I just don't watch it.
Hot take.
So, Niles, what cameras, someone asked in Discord, what cameras did you bring on your camping trip?
I brought my EOS R. I didn't bring any film, but I obviously edited all my digital photos to look like film. I think I did a pretty good job.
Full frame digi though.
Full frame digi looks great. I have a Metabones adapter with a 28 Canon 1.8, which is like a really cheap plastic lens. But that's kind of the digi.
It gives you more vintage vibes, yeah.
Yes,
28 on full frames. Freaking nice.
It is nice. It's a great focal length because it's not too wide. Like 24 is too wide to me. 28 is perfect. 30. If I had like a 24 to 70, that'd obviously be great, but those are expensive. And a 28 1.8 is a pretty cheap lens. And then I had this bad boy. Oh, something just happened. What just happened? I don't know. I have this bad boy. It's just a Sony Xperia 4, which is a phone that just dropped. So I shot a bunch of footage on this for some YouTube stuff.
How'd it look?
Let me show the camera here real quick. It actually looks pretty good. I guess I'll just drop some hints here. This is probably the most like DSLR-like phone I've used. Hot take.
Cool.
I think with the focal lengths and there's like just the colors you get right out of camera are the most cinematic. Like, they look way better than iPhone.
Don't they have they have like a Venice profile built into they have different profiles,
but that's only if you use like cinema mode. There's video mode and cinema mode. They're two different in native apps.
So wait, video mode and cinema.
Yeah, so there are some quirks that in the video I gotta talk about, like, because I got some opinions. Like, the image looks great, but like, why would you not give me, like, why would you separate those two? Like, there's features in both that they hide that you kind of have to choose one or the other, which I don't like.
That's weird.
Okay.
What are some other hot takes though?
What are some other trends we hate?
Photography trends you hate.
I think obviously. Any trend on Reels, I don't like. Honestly, I just don't like. I'm a photographer, and I took this photo. It's
I know.
Cool, you're a photographer. You took this photo. Okay, just post the photo.
But that's the thing, is if they post the photo, it's not going to get the attention.
Yes.
So you have
like
to
a
announce
reel
that
will.
you
So
are.
people feel like they have to do that for anybody to see it.
So you're saying there's
people
like
who probably also hate the trend are a part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
which is
because they're
Yes.
basically the platform is tying your hands behind your back because it's now they're forcing you to kind of do this to get noticed, which sucks.
Yes. It's horrible.
What do you guys think about the trend of I was definitely vibing this trend for a second. The edges of 120 film, the edges of 35. Like you scan the film edge in.
Yeah.
Oh, I love borders.
I
don't know if
really
that's a
like
trend.
that.
I don't know if that's a trend.
It
I like
is a
it
trend,
still, but
and it's also a flex.
It is a trend.
It's also a flex because it means that you scanned your own film.
In.
Yeah.
Because you can't really ask the lab to cut around that. But when you scan your own film, whether it's on like whatever scanner you have, I think I have a whole negative supply cost setup that I just have yet to even set up. But when I do, I'll be putting the edges on there.
I like that trend.
I like that.
Yeah, I like the trend because it kind of just tells the whole story of the film itself too. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Don't get me wrong. I like it for sure.
Borders.
I was just gonna say.
When it's not even the actual film stock being used.
Talk.
It's not it's like a digital photo, and then you put a film.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it says
or it's
Kodak
a color
200.
photo,
Yes.
or it's a color photo and it
With
has
Ilford.
Ilford.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
Or like
vibey
it
right
says
now.
like unfold
Unfold.
400.
Oh, I
like
can't.
unfold
Yes.
800. It's like
yes.
that is
No, I
like
can't
that's
stand
only
those.
cringy
Honestly,
to us, though.
that shit pisses me off so much. Like,
Like,
it makes
shoot
me
film, bro.
It
Dang.
makes me hot.
Go,
inside.
go,
film, yo.
It makes me hot.
Go.
Here's the other thing
me.
I don't like. If you actually go and search like film borders on Google, people are of course just completely utilizing the fact that everybody wants their stuff to look like film. And so people are selling these digital downloads of actual Kodak, Fuji borders.
PNGs, you can throw them in your phone.
And so people can put those on anything now.
Yeah.
Right.
Which you probably didn't have access to that, very recently, where someone was uploading real film borders. But now that's out in the world, so that sucks.
Right. And you can do that with 16 mil too, and 8 mil. That was the video overlays. I've been super guilty of video overlays.
For sure.
Because 16 mil is very, very, very expensive. So it's like how, so faking it.
I get that.
I get it. It's hard though, because it is like the purist in us is like, that's freaking lame. But then the realist in us is kind of like, well, not everyone can afford to shoot film.
Totally.
I don't know why you have to fake it and pretend you do, but
I
don't know.
Like, if you're gonna make your digital stuff look like film, do that. But like adding a border and having the border say Kodak Portra, it's kind of like, what? Like,
I mean, the same goes for like in video too. I kind of cringe when I do this too. I put borders on it, 16 mil borders to kind of give a certain aspect ratio. So every time I do it, it's like, why am I actually doing it? It's just for like the aesthetic, or it's like, does it actually have a purpose? Like, I had to go through those thought processes. I do
for like storytelling. You actually had like older footage, and you're trying to
and you
make
weave
the story
it in.
like you're making a setting from back in the day or something.
That makes sense. I also, I don't know why for video it doesn't bother me as much as for photos. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
That might just be because of a filmmaking background, but I think I've gotten to the point where I'm no longer faking it. I don't put black bars on anything. It's just kind of like, I'll change the aspect ratio a little bit, but because I like 4:3. 4:3 is fun, but not a lot of cameras are like shooting a native 4:3. So it's like,
So
are you so you're cropping
do you crop it? Are you going to crop?
No, that's a trend I can totally get behind right now.
I love
4:3 video. 4:3 video is so sick.
Right.
Yeah, I'll crop it. I don't care.
One
Cropping's different. That's like, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, if it's
One by
intentional,
one's even cool. What other trends are you guys seeing for photos that you're not liking?
Well,
is it all stemming from Reels?
No,
and like
Twitter.
TikTok?
No.
Twitter definitely has a bunch of trends. Like
Are you into
the camera handshake, the photo.
But I like that trend.
I did those a lot.
I like that trend.
I did those a lot.
I mean, what needs to actually happen is actually showing the film stock in the photo instead.
Well,
of the
that's
camera.
what bothered me. It was they show the film camera, but the film camera doesn't mean
doesn't really matter.
anything. Doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's like, portrait 400, or like, that's like Kodak Gold 200 or whatever. It's like that's your sensor. That's what matters. Yeah.
And honestly, more than the camera, and maybe not as much as the film stock, but the lens too, right? Like,
the lens.
There's things that matter more than the body, for
right.
sure.
I think anything that gets a lot of attention trend wise just is always gonna like bother me a little bit. But then I see that it works, and you try it, and then it works, and you're kind of like, well,
One
there
trend. This is something that actually.
Here I am.
Here I am, guys.
Here I am.
Do you guys follow Steven Schultz?
Yes.
He's part of So did you see that recent photo he did of the what do you call it, Panalog?
He stitched it together.
Stitched a bunch of 120 photos, but he showed his photo sheet and then his image after. That thing blew up. It was so cool to actually see that process.
Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, you can like take 8 images that all overlap, and in Lightroom, it just like auto merges them together. But it's
Photoshop.
a way to
Photoshop does it better.
Or Photoshop. But it's a super cool technique, and like kudos to him for spending like $15 on that photo.
That photo.
It's like
I didn't think about that.
He's probably using like a 6x7. He's got 10 shots. He uses 8 on that. It's like, and he's probably gonna burn the last 2 because like, what are you gonna do?
Crazy.
Bro, but he got like 1,000 likes on Twitter, so
1,000.
worth it.
1,000.
Worth it, bro.
Right. That's just what
Is
we're all
1,000
about.
likes worth it?
Is 1,000 likes worth $15?
Well, he made a
I'd say
print.
yes.
He made a print, so he might be getting money off. of
Okay,
it.
that's cool.
That's what's worth it.
That's
1,000 likes per $15 is my like quota of like worth it or not.
Right.
Yeah.
1,000 likes. That
That's
phrase
like
is
it's candy.
That's funny.
Also, I should
Trends,
give a quick shout out to Taylor's last video. Taylor's video came out
Wow.
last week. We didn't talk
Thank you,
about
Caleb.
it of your Leica woes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was. I'm already ready for part 2 because you're sitting in the car at the end and you're like, crap, another thing needs to get fixed, and I want to know where we're at, but I also want to wait for the video.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you working on part 2? Is that what you're working on right now?
Not at the moment. But
Oh, geez.
Because
I need to
it'll
know.
come.
it's still
Let it
broken.
linger. Let it linger.
It's
So
very broken, and it's in the shop.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's in the shop. Okay, okay.
It's very
So
rough.
it was the advance lever and the film counter that at the end it was like, oh.
Yeah, so
Right.
basically on the M3, when you take out the take-up spool, the film counter is then supposed to reset.
Reset.
So then when you load your film, you can advance to frame 1.
Yeah.
That did not happen. So it's
Dang,
just stuck
man.
at like
So
frame 40 or something. And
Huh.
awesome how it's awesome how Leicas never break though, like
know,
all mechanical
right?
Leicas. They
So
just, they're so
fun.
good.
It's so
yeah,
fun.
love
so
that. I just love that about Leica.
Yeah, robust, strong. Ooh, yeah, like hey,
A
you buy
well-oiled
once and
machine.
you buy nice, or what is
Yeah.
it? You buy nice and you buy
You
once.
buy
I don't know.
nice.
I
I think
butchered
it's
it.
by nice, but
Who
yeah,
knows? But
Yeah.
yeah, when I posted that I got an M3 on Instagram, the amount of DMs I got from people that were like, this camera is mechanically superior to all other, like just all the people coming out of the
Of
The,
the
the
woodwork.
Leica woodworks.
oh my word. So I was like, damn, I was feeling good about it, but yeah, it has not panned out that way.
yeah. What does coming out of the woodwork mean?
coming out of the
like
shadows.
it's like
I think
yeah,
it's like
out
the
of
wood
nowhere.
pan-
It's kind of like
But it's like literally you're coming out of like the wood paneling in the wall. That's what I always thought.
I always thought of it as like
that's
like you're like
creepy.
the woodwork.
like
the woodwork.
you're like you're like a bug inside of like the walls, and you're like I'm crawling out.
I've always
Oh.
just used it as
Even
So-
coming out of-
creepier.
It's like
So I
coming
say
out of left
human.
field, basically.
I say the human and somehow was able to navigate the crack through the wall and emerge.
There's a movie about
Oh.
that actually.
The woodwork.
Is it called Out of the Woodwork?
No, it's just a random human coming out of the wall.
Okay, a trend.
By Jordan Poole.
yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
Jordan
Oh, Jordan
Peele.
Peele. What do I say? Jordan
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole.
He's a basketball player for the Warriors, who they just won the NBA Finals as well.
Oh god,
So-
you saved yourself. You saved
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
No.
My problem
no,
here is that
no.
I can't think of the trends, but I know that there's many I don't like.
Yeah,
Right.
because you just stay
I'm
away
gonna
from them,
Google
basically.
Okay. Yeah. We actually
or just look on
Googled,
Twitter.
We Googled summer photography trends 2022, and every
Oh, my
article
word.
was so cringy.
Yeah.
Just
Don't ever-
the worst.
Moms
like-
and
Yeah, it's like
Babies.
nostalgia, and then it was like diverse people. Like that's trendy.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
a
oh
trend.
my
Yeah.
gosh, like
Yeah, it's
stop
bad,
it. Just
bad,
no.
diverse people.
I think
Bad.
I think trends just as a whole serve their purpose because I guess like if you want to be a photographer or filmmaker and you don't want to go a traditional route where you're like doing commercial work, you're starting as an assistant, work your way up, doing your own work. Like there is like a more traditional route and there's also like the new kind of internet route. And I think you kind of have to play along with the trends. It's kind of a necessary evil in the beginning. You know, like you see, like who's a photographer you love now that has a ton of followers? At one point, like they had to follow the trends in order to get an audience, and then at that
Yeah.
point, then maybe they kind of find either they kind of do something else after, or they kind of find what they actually like to do. And I think for me, like some of my favorite videos like get no views. Like the
Yeah.
Wildorado doc, like I love it, but it's got like 5,000 views on YouTube, and part of that is just because it's like the title isn't great. It's a bad thumbnail. Like basically, like their label just doesn't really understand YouTube, so they called it like Wildorado Doc, and it's kind of like okay, like
Oh.
maybe not the greatest title because no one's searching
Title.
that, you know. And then
Right.
the thumbnail is just like a photo of them really bright, and it's like oh well, maybe not the maybe something moodier would have been good. I don't know,
Right.
but I feel
Do you
like
guys think? Oh, you can finish your.
no,
thought.
go. It's classic.
Okay, so to me, it's like all the trends right now, like photography. Like you're saying, Instagram is still a platform for photographers. I agree with that. So if are people going out to shoot photos with that soundbite in their head? Are they like picking out their soundbite pre? So they're like, all right, we're going out and we're gonna do that boop 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 or whatever that one.
What's
the
that
one that
one?
shows.
No,
You know,
I
it
do
shows like the
not.
before
Yeah.
and after.
Yeah.
That's the before and after one.
Oh, okay.
Or there's the one that's just like, I mean, there's all the basically
There's
it's
I don't-
sound bites
right.
first.
Yes,
Because you
yes.
have to use the soundbite for the the reel to work.
Right.
Like you have to. That's part of the
Which
equation.
editing in the app is super annoying. Like it is
Oh,
so
it is.
fickle.
It
It
is.
is so
You
fickle.
can't
So
be
what I
precise.
did
Yeah.
is I screen record with audio on the
Yeah,
reel.
get the audio.
I put it in Premiere. I match up the cuts. I export, and then I do the song.
I
You
mean-
screen
Pro
record
tip.
someone else's reel
Pro
and
tip.
put it
Pro
in.
tip.
Oh,
Just-
that's pretty smart.
Just
I've
to
never
get the
thought of that.
audio, just to get the
Yeah.
audio, but
To
but
line
now
it
there,
up,
but
yeah.
now there's templates. It's like you just
Right.
do these templates, which that to me is like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
There's no
it's just
creativity
like,
now.
There's no creativity, but I guess you could argue that like just posting your photo on Instagram, that's kind of a template. It's like
Yeah.
here's your grid or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. But I feel like yeah, the templates to me kind of take out. It's just like ultimate trend following, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's
What
like
about, like-
doing it
Because
like
it's kind of
everyone
being spoon fed to you. Have you?
It
You know,
is.
you see the like tutorials, and it's like, post this video for 0.9 seconds.
Also-
photo for 0.2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another photo
Yeah.
for 0.2. It's like,
Yeah.
wow,
Oh.
okay.
Like, are you counting
tell
and
you-
adding that up? Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't
Right.
know.
Right, and without templates, you're literally just you're tinkering in the app, and your thumb goes a little too far forward. You scream
Yeah.
the F word because
Yeah.
like you've
Yeah.
done this
Yeah.
1,000 times. It's like,
Right.
Have you
"God,
noticed
dude."
too, like when you're picking a song through Reels, it tells you how many plays it has, so it kind of forces you to pick the most trendy song to use
Right.
in the
Right.
reel. I'm just
Right.
like, I just want to pick something different, but you know it's not going to get any views.
And all of that goes into Al. You know,
Oh, yeah.
freaking Al just
Oh,
over here
yeah.
collecting data to
It's a monster.
figure out
soaking
if
it
we're
up like
viral
a
enough.
sponge.
Right.
Crazy.
One trend I hate in the filmmaking space is like the before color grading, after color grading.
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah.
have
Everybody's
not
like,
seen-
why are you showing your log?
I have not seen a single grade.
Cool
that
log
I have not
footage,
seen
bro.
a single grade that I'm like, that looks good. And it's always drone
Yeah.
footage, which is like very difficult to
Yeah.
grade anyways. Everything's just
Yeah.
saturated. It's like log and then just like I bump saturation.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
one
like
thing
that.
I haven't done before. Yeah, I used to show
Unless you're a colorist. If you're a
frames before
colorist,
and
that makes a
after.
ton of sense.
Yeah, yeah.
I do like seeing, like, I feel like this happens more on Twitter than Instagram. Just like a iPhone behind the scenes of somebody taking a photo and then the actual photo. I actually really love that.
Yeah, I've
Yes,
seen that.
that's
Like, where
the
it's just
only
like
thing that I think I've really posted. Is like here's the
Yeah.
BTS of me filming,
Right.
and then here's
And then here's the final shot.
Here's some of the final shots, and then I do a little voiceover. I have
I'm never
to do
mad
it.
about behind the scenes.
I've had to do it a little bit my own way, just so I can live with myself. If that
Yeah.
makes sense, right? Because like if I go trend, like I won't be able to look in the mirror. I just like can't do it personally. So I have to like make it. I there always has to be a tinge of like self-deprecation, and like I'm slightly making fun of myself.
For
Right.
you, yeah. Yeah.
It's like so like
For
at the
you.
end, like there needs to be like, oh, that's funny. Like I can't take myself seriously on the internet, or I can't do it. Like I have
Yeah.
to play the role of like people need to laugh at me in a way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Do you guys think there was like a trend, like when I feel like maybe you're just more aware of it when you start following a new person. Like when I started following Willem style photography, then I see a bunch of like film bros posting similar styles. Like, is that a
Pastel.
trend? Is like pastel fine art looking like you can't really, I don't know why it looks amazing, but it just does.
Right.
Like, was that a trend, or is that just more of like I was aware and Al fed me a bunch of stuff?
I feel
Like,
like
I
it's
wouldn't-
probably that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
because-
film photography is a trend. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
like
That's
it's
the
kind of like
trend,
what
yeah.
PNW mountain fog waterfalls in 2015 is kind
Now
of
it's like
now. It's like here's
photo
my
walks. It's like you
photo
go walk
walks.
and just
Here's
shoot
my
like
car.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love
yeah.
those photos. Like, there's something,
I like
and
that.
I love the mountain photos too. It's just like right now, like the
That's
cool
what's
car,
hot.
like the covered
Is
car
hot.
is
That's
hot.
hot. That's
Hot.
hot right now, baby.
I
Photo
see
walks
a
are
covered
huge.
But
car.
like,
I
why?
literally-
But why? Why is it hot?
I think it's
It's just hot.
I think
dude.
because it's like an old car, which is naturally cool. It's gonna be a good color. It's gonna have a
I
hard.
mean,
It's
all
candy,
Fuji,
bro.
all
It's
Fuji
so
users know
candy.
this. All Fujifilm users know this.
What? No. What?
Fujifilm shooters always shoot a car.
They
They
know
always
it's hot,
do.
bro.
We know it's hot. It's true.
I
That's
saw-
a trend that I'm like.
I
yeah.
saw a half-covered car that looked like it was getting like undressed, and I
Oh
tweeted
my.
like film
Wow.
photographers
It was
like
sketch.
like desperately need to look away or something, and everyone thought it was funny. So
You
that's-
should have
tempting, huh?
posted like the latitude and longitude of the location of it or
Yeah.
something and
And
seen
there's
if
so
someone
horde
went.
of people. Yeah, there is one really good car on my in-law street, red, butt sticking out, Tree,
This is getting
green
juicy.
tree. So we have some color theory, red and green.
Right.
Green tree draping
But the
over
butt-
it.
but the butt is
Convertible.
hanging out.
It's sitting.
Yeah.
The butt's hanging out.
Yeah.
Tree
Butt's
draping
hanging
like in the tree.
Car booty.
Looks very sick. You got a nice
Booty.
car booty. You got a nice
Sounds perfect.
Booty's so
tree frill
big.
on top.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Tree fro.
Tree bro. That's so
Dang.
good. I'm
Right.
trying to think outside of film, like, what are
Remember
the
that-
trends? I remember all the TikTok tutorials of like, don't take your picture like this, flip your camera upside down.
Yeah.
Do you remember
was
that
that?
one?
Super corny.
What was
It's like, does
that?
anybody actually do that?
I feel like the trend is a trend until once there's a meme made about it. Like for instance, then it can't. Then it's like that's the,
like
the,
lame,
the
lame,
sign
lame,
of like
yeah.
it's out. But
over.
remember that one that was like the girlfriend and boyfriend holding hands and like
Oh
following them
yeah!
down
Oh
the beach.
my
And then-
god!
So that whole trend,
Oh
and
my
then
I'm
it
God.
became
so guilty of that. Back
You
then.
did it?
I'm so
Get up-
guilty.
leave.
Like,
But then
like,
it became-
Lord, I
Leave
need to
now.
confess my sins. I need
Leave
to
now.
confess my sins.
Then it was a trend of like I think someone was like holding like a hot dog or something, and it was like me and my beauty on the beach, and it was like they were just holding like
Dude, I was
whatever.
so into the hand
Mean.
stuff. I used to sit there with my camera and I would like throw my coffee cup in the air and then it would like hover. So, or like,
No, but like
this is like 2016,
holding-
and then holding
but you know the
Sarah's
trend I'm
hand.
talking about.
Holding
yeah,
Sarah's
okay,
hand,
so
yeah. But that was
Yeah.
like the GoPro days. That was like a very
You were a GoPro,
it was like
bro.
it was like a very POV shot.
What
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope I hope one trend doesn't become popular. Does that make sense? Anyway, shooting large. I don't think that makes sense. Shooting large format because there's like the very niche community that shoots large format
Right.
film, and I don't want
I
that
don't
to
think
blow
it
up because that's
can
so
be.
special.
I don't think it can.
Because it's
I
not
don't think it
accessible.
can.
Yeah.
The barrier to entry is so high. You know, if you think about like
Joshua, you don't want that to become a trend though. You're just like I hate that.
No, I want to keep it
he's
like
protecting
pure.
it. He's
I
sacred.
wanna
Oh, okay.
It's
keep it
sacred.
pure.
I
was
think
like,
it
wow.
He's
naturally
like, I
protects
hate large
itself.
format.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
screw them.
there is a workaround. You can do that with a full frame camera. You just do the Brennheiser effect, basically.
Yeah, you do the stitching. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just do the stitching. Yeah,
Right.
but
Right.
don't think
Right.
What if you
Right.
did? What if you did the
Right.
Brennheiser effect with large format?
what?
You have a sheet has 2 photos on it. You just do
That's
2.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you
a
just,
pan
It's
you
of-
just stitch them all,
$1,000.
and then
It's $1,000.
your file in Photoshop is like 500 gigs.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like just the scans are massive.
Yeah, I
That's
think
So
that
s-
one just
So
I
freaking
think
stupid.
large format protects itself from becoming
Yeah.
a trend.
Yeah.
I think, gosh, trends. What else is there? Twitter has a lot. I like a good
lot.
4B. I like a good 4B
What about
on Twitter.
Cine Still with gas station neon?
Oh.
I'm over
Trend.
that for sure.
Yeah.
Taylor,
that's-
you were into it though. You were.
You were in. You were in.
I never.
You had some fire. You had heat.
Did I take a gas station photo?
No,
I've never.
yeah,
had,
I think it's the
I've never
neon. I
taken
think it's the
Neon lights,
the
though.
neon
Neon
light.
lights.
The neon light
oh, I
photo.
love neon lights, but gas stations in particular, I just sort of feel like
That
I've
got meme-ified, too,
seen
so.
so many, and they're really cool. Like they're really beautiful, but
Right.
it's just it's old at this point. Like I've
Right.
seen it. I've seen a foggy one. I've seen
How
a,
many gas
sunny
station
one. I've,
employees were just like, what?
What are they
What,
doing?
Gosh,
what are these
another
kids
one.
doing?
But the light is
Gosh,
so
another
nice.
one.
The
It's
light
so
is
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because you have like these,
It's all
like, you basically
down-
have like these
down light.
quasar bars
Right.
at the top shining down.
You get that
They're
red
always
glow.
old and shitty looking, which
Right.
is just
Yeah.
awesome because there's a
Perfect.
character
Yeah.
to it. Yeah,
Right.
I think a lot of these trends start out.
I'm still into it. I'm still into gas stations. I'm still
I think
into
I'm
it.
still into it.
You
too,
convinced me. I'm
But I
in.
don't really shoot cine still. I
Yeah.
don't really shoot like a ton of film that's like serious. It's more just like
I think
shooting
I think-
family photos, you know?
I think for me overall, shooting old things on film is getting old for me. Like that's like everybody's bread and butter. Not I won't say everybody, but like majority of
Right.
photos
Old
I
things
see,
like
run down houses, run down
oh, gotcha.
Old
okay.
cars.
signs, old
Yeah.
cars. It's just
Right.
like that whole.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, there's more things to photograph besides old things. It's
Right.
in a way it's
Yeah.
beautiful, like the decay of it, the theory and decay of whatever.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
cool, but like
You're over it.
I'm over.
Yeah.
it.
Back in, I'm gonna give it my earliest throwback. My earliest throwback trend when I first started photography school class in high school. Railroad tracks.
Oh,
I remember.
Yeah.
Everyone was
Yeah.
like, where are the railroad tracks? I got
Yeah.
my 50 mil.
I have a
Yeah, the
memory
50.
ingrained in my head where I was gonna shoot something when Caleb and I first started working together down railroad tracks, just like not thinking like, oh, this is gonna be sick, but just like shooting that way. And Caleb literally goes, dude, never railroad tracks, bro.
Never railroad tracks, bro.
And I was like, okay, yeah, dude. F those railroad. Sick. Yeah.
Those leading lines, dude. They're just that was a trend. And it's like now it's like senior photos.
Oh, yeah.
Photo.
Railroad
Yeah.
tracks.
Very much a senior photo.
Slightly slanted, slanted with a senior photo.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie. Can I confess?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So I took a railroad track photo when I did that shootout with Willem.
A train track shot? Should we do it?
Yeah, but
The
I
comparison?
was fully aware that like that was
suck.
very cheesy.
Right.
But there was one element I needed to shoot fast, so I was just like shooting any
You
possible
guys
thing
had like
ever.
an hour. You had like an hour.
Yeah.
For
It
36
was
minutes.
fast. It was fast. So I did take a photo, but I remember being very aware like this could be really bad, or I could try and see if I can get like a tasteful photo out of it. It wasn't the worst, you know? I feel like if you're shooting them straight on,
yes,
like
it's
that
right
is
down
not
the
good.
middle. It's right down the middle
Right.
where the lines go like
Avoid
this.
that.
Converge,
Yeah.
they converge. Yeah.
I still
yeah.
think
I
it
shot it from
triggers
the
some.
side,
It still
and it
triggers
was
me.
okay.
Yeah, something in me.
But-
I get triggered
You're
when I
But
see
a
that.
railroad
Yeah, I don't-
a railroad shot from a drone perspective is pretty dope. Not gonna lie. Amongst the trees, that's pretty dope.
Yes.
Caleb.
Completely
You're
agree.
no
Caleb.
Joshua. Your opening aerial shot of your Batman film where it had that industrial. the drone-
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Exactly.
That
That
Oh.
works because I get
So
that.
good.
That plays
Yes.
into the whole
So
like
good.
He
that's a
gets
shot of.
that. He gets
I
that.
get that. But when you're balancing on the side of the
Yeah,
railroad tracks
no.
with your
No.
little flowered summer dress, click click click. Oh,
Ooh, Caleb.
One
Yeah.
trend.
Caleb's
One
getting
trend.
to some people right now.
Caleb is dying on Lay Hill right now.
Lay Hill.
I think
When I was living, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, when I was living in Miami, I was
Lay Hill.
still considered myself as a photographer, a professional photographer there. Being in the Facebook groups and then trying to grow my Instagram, the main thing everybody was doing is taking photos of hot women on the beach. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that was a trend to get your followers or comments. I'm just like,
Nope.
Yeah.
why? Because
It still exists.
shooting-
It's like
No,
Yeah.
that's
you go to some
Yeah.
photographer's profile and it's just like a bunch of hot girls
Yeah.
half naked.
But just like, there's
dude,
nothing technically
whatever.
amazing about it. There's nothing creatively amazing about it. It's just a
Right.
hot woman. And
It just seems
bikini. And it's
thirsty.
like,
It seems way
great,
too thirsty
Great
to me.
work, God. And it's like a bunch
I
of
freaking love it,
old
but like I
men.
get where you guys are coming from.
Don't tell that to Ariana.
No, this is actually something
She
that
listens. I'm just kidding.
actually
She
drives
listens.
me up the wall
Uh-oh.
when
I
When-
love when
well-
Taylor's hot and heavy about
well
stuff.
because it's like
Yeah. Up
if
the
you're
wall,
trying
dude.
to
the
make your
wall.
career as a photographer and you're I need to calm down.
She caught
I
herself.
think
know.
I'm gonna
All the
I'm gonna
daggers.
say some stuff that I need to not say on the internet.
Say it.
But
Ooh,
Okay.
Let them know. Let them know, Tay.
I just have a big problem with people making their careers off of the sexualization of other people. It's like I get it if your job is to go shoot some model and she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous and she
Right.
needs to be in a swimsuit, okay. But if everything you shoot is
It's
just
just
a woman
that.
in her underwear, it gets predatory, it gets weird, it's
Right.
like
Taylor-
You're probably
sketchy
creepy.
at
Taylor
that
is
point.
looking at you, Sports Illustrated.
I am. And there's a lot of like
They shoot
even
other
young
stuff, bro.
photographers that are starting out
The
that
cover?
are doing this, and I will not name names.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's been some
That
stuff that's
wasn't-
come out that's like pretty dark about it.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah,
'cause now
yeah.
that people are more vocal about that stuff, because it used to be just
Yeah.
kind of, oh, that's just how it is.
There's a lot of hush
Under
hush.
wraps.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. A trend.
Okay,
that
I
I
also-
don't like.
you can-
Hey, dude, you're gonna cut me off? Really? It's like the fourth time. Dude, look. Do we need to talk about this after?
No, bro. I was just gonna say. I was
still
actually
going.
not.
Who's still
I was
going?
gonna switch the subject. I
Who's
was gonna
still
say
going?
that and say
You know,
the only the one of the problems with that trend too is Al. Dude, that dude's
Yes.
blowing it. He
Right.
keeps feeding you. If you look at those photos, that's all you get.
Yeah.
So then
Right.
you're just like,
Yeah.
and that I think that's similar to like
Almost anything, yeah.
whoever coded the algorithm, they're like, all right, girls' butts,
For sure.
Like, what is the code? Because it's like when I start
Anything
looking at a lot
workout.
more skateboarding,
Al is
I
a
see a lot more
creeper. That's what someone
skateboarding.
just said in the chat.
But
Al's
it's
a
like,
creeper.
Al
Yes,
is a
yes,
He's gotta
yes.
be.
Anything workout.
know.
If I like a dude
Yeah.
working out, it shows
Yes.
me all women working out now. I'm
Yes.
and my wife and I share an Instagram account, so I'm like, babe, I just liked one image. and I
Right.
was
So
like,
I'm
dude.
just saying that's part of the issue
He's
because
sweating himself.
Taylor, you're getting fed the recognition for those photos pretty
Right.
easily.
Right.
That makes
Like
sense.
those-
I'm more
Yeah.
so talking about photographers where their whole portfolio.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh,
more so
yeah.
talking
yeah,
about.
and
Right.
No, I
I
mean,
agree with you, Taylor.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a
When
real
when
thing.
Reels first came out, it was literally high school girls dancing, and I was like,
Yeah.
"This is
Oh,
so
yeah, it's
effed up."
true.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Why would you ever show 30-year-old men? Why would this be what's surfacing?"
Right.
I
Of
and I had to
course it
basically. And what I did is I didn't click on anything so that it would
Mhm.
slowly go away. And it was so
Yeah,
weird
I
because
just tell
like,
it, just
it-
don't
it's
show me
just-
this. And so
Right,
it filters
yeah,
that
it's
too,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, that really bothered me because I'm imagining like, okay, so when my daughter's 18 or whatever in high school,
Mhm.
and it's like she can post whatever like
Whatever
virtual
she wants.
reality,
Yeah.
meta, like whatever it's
Yeah.
gonna be.
She's gonna
Yeah,
have it
it's
in
like,
her
do-
glasses, you know.
Do I want a
whatever.
bunch of men being like, "Oh yeah, that's
Right.
cool"? You know, it's like absolutely.
If my daughter
not.
isn't posting first taste videos of Liquid Death or something
Liquid
other
Death.
candy, if my daughter's not posting first taste videos, I've screwed up as a parent.
or
You
like
failed.
posting
You
their clips
failed.
from like skating or surfing or like they're
Right.
like getting their clips
Doing
and,
cool
you know.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
one trend that I'm over is just like the center framed anything. Like
Oh,
no
like
depth.
a tree.
Like right now, like
Oh.
I'm really onto like what's foreground, midground, background, and before it was just like
Oh.
these nice center framed person or subject or whatever tree,
And then total blur.
and then everything else is just like
Yeah.
just kind of isn't important. Now it's kind
Yeah.
of like how do I layer photos
Yeah.
and video? Like how am I like layering
Yeah.
things? How am I positioning?
'Cause
things?
Mhm.
Which
It's
is just
easy
more
to do
cinematic.
that. Yeah, yeah. It's easy
A
to
little
do.
hot take.
Mhm.
Oh, a little hot take with that is one of my favorite landscape photographers, Kevin Russ. He's actually hiking the PCT right now.
So good.
One of his thing he told me, he was like, in your photo, have something that you can touch, have something you can throw a rock at, and then have something that's like super far away.
Oh.
Mhm.
All in the same
Foreground,
Foreground,
middle ground,
midground,
background.
background.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
So,
just
but
a
that's,
cool way
that
to
was
say
his
it.
way of like.
And it's
saying
more
it.
timeless too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like
Yes.
trend agnostic to
Yeah.
me. Those are
And
just
it
like
gives your eye-
principles.
Yeah, and it gives your eye something to kind of look around on the image, right? You ever
Right.
seen those heat maps for images and how much time somebody looks at an image?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Depends
yeah.
how much
Oh.
depending how much
Whoa.
information is in the image. Yeah, so your eye will start to track.
Are you
know,
Al?
what's in it.
Yeah. Okay, Al.
That's exactly what it's doing, though.
Joshua
Some big,
Al.
big
Martin.
Al energy.
Yeah. Big Al energy.
Big Al
That's
energy.
funny. That's funny.
That's funny. Kevin Russ, his film stuff is honestly some of my favorite landscapes ever. I would blow every single one of those photos up.
Yeah, I literally think I have. Yeah, I have like I bought his postcard pack a while ago,
Ugh.
just in my desk.
Wait, that's sick.
Also, Niles, I changed my focus.
I
so
was
it's
just gonna
super
say your
fast, bro.
autofocus was zippy, dude. Look
Yeah,
at you.
what else
getting-
do you want to
getting
see?
in
What
those
else do you want to
settings.
see? You
What
wanna
else
see
do
my-
you want to see? What else?
Yo,
What else? What else can I show you?
yo.
Wait, we didn't do what's in your cup. Show us your cup.
Nada.
Yeah.
I finished it.
Coffee.
I love
We
that
had a
mug,
meeting-
Caleb.
It's my grandma's. I took
Aw.
it after
That's
she died.
so cute.
It
That
like
was
her
Grandma
favorite
Kay's. That was Grandma Kay's.
Yeah, yeah.
Adorable.
Shout out, dude. Pour it out.
Dude, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. Grandma Kay. So
Yeah.
sick.
That's her life motto.
That was her life motto. How sick is that?
Did you have
That's
single O
hilarious.
Ethio, Niles?
I did. I crushed some single O, which is why I'm juiced, but I'm about to go finish it. So what I do is I
Love
have
that.
a little iced single O with a little bit of oat milk, like half of the day.
Ooh, it's
Somebody just had a
your
realization.
little second treat.
Usually like a third treat, honestly. I have a problem. Oh, at some point, like I'm getting all these
Third treat.
I'm
Dude.
getting all these targeted
You
ads
should
for like
do.
caffeine versus mushrooms, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
one, that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
disgusting. Like,
Bro.
don't pitch me. Don't lead me with like drink mushrooms
Right.
or like dirt
Okay,
water. That's another one
this
I'm
might-
seeing a lot.
This might make you cringe. So Evie and I we're doing probiotic coffee. So it's no caffeine in it. So it's supposed to be more gut health.
Stupid.
Kombucha
Stupid.
coffee?
I,
Okay.
I
Kombucha.
really think y'all should do like a week long without coffee.
I would have a
Caffeine in
headache
it.
all week. and it would be horrible. And then
You
and then
challenge
I'd
yourself to stop drinking coffee.
I know. Well,
man.
there's a lot of research to say that coffee drains energy. Basically, it's like it makes you more lethargic.
It dehydrates.
It's like it dehydrates you and zaps you, but
It
it's really good. So shit.
Wow. Niles is really on one. You boys are gonna love my cup today.
I saw that, but when you drank it earlier,
Wow,
Trail.
Nike
Get
Trail.
that.
Let's
Nike
go.
Trail.
Nike
Isn't that
Trail.
cool? I
Where'd
just
you-
have
where'd-
a little drip in here, which is not my fave.
Did
A little
Tyler get
drip.
that from his race?
He did.
Or-
Are
pretty
you gonna
cool.
start? Are you gonna start running again?
Hells yeah! I
Okay,
went on
good.
my first trail run since having Lenny, like a real one,
Okay.
and we did 6 miles, and I felt great.
Good. That's
Like
awesome.
I could have kept going. So
Guys,
I feel
if Joshua
there's
starts
hope
to
for me.
run, we could all sign up for the same 50K. Which would be
I
fun.
would.
50K?
I don't think I want to do a 50K. Thank
You know
we
how
could all
long-
sign up
half-
for the
half
same.
marathon.
You know how
we could all sign
long
up
it's
for the
gonna
same
take
half
me?
marathon.
There
Trail
we go.
half. Trail
Okay,
half.
A
how
trail
long is a
half,
half?
I'm down for.
How long is a half marathon?
13 miles.
13.1 miles.
13.1 something.
I'm sorry, my love. Hell no.
He apologized.
Sorry, my love.
I'm going
My
to
love.
die.
Love you, Joshua.
I'm going
God, I
to
love
die.
you. No.
Well,
think-
we could do like a team 5K.
Okay,
10K.
that
You know
sounds
what I
a
mean?
little bit
We're not doing
better.
a
Yeah.
five, no, we're doing 10K at least.
Hey, if
I'm
it's
down
the
for a
one thing that
faculty
Joshua
5K.
would do, we would do it, right?
I'm
we
not
start baby
traveling
steps?
somewhere for a 30-minute run.
Oh boy. We could do it when we're already
I don't like
together.
you.
All I get the best like memory or
We're
is
fighting.
the episode of The Office when they all do the parody 5K run.
Yeah.
And Michael's he's eating Alfredo. Like, I need to rewatch that
Carbs,
episode.
carbs.
It's too good.
I have a hot take on The Office, and it's that it's too awkward to enjoy. Like
Yeah.
I think it's funny, but I've never been able to like sit back and relax and enjoy The Office
And
because
keep
it
watching
makes
it.
me so
I think
awkward inside
they've
that I
achieved their goal
that I
there.
start to like clam up because because it's
they
like
achieved
it's
their
so
goal.
good. They achieve their vision so well that like I can't watch it.
It hurts.
What?
It hurts.
Ever, dude. That is my favorite show.
I
feel
I mean
the
that
same.
was a trend where people were like, this is our generation of friends or whatever.
Right.
I'm so in that. I've watched The Office 4 or 5 times all the way through.
I've watched
People
maybe eight episodes.
People
when
in
it went off
Discord
my
are
life,
saying
sounds
that
sad.
we should
I've
do a
only
10K
seen the
run with our
parkour.
cameras and vlog it. I actually think that
started
would be a
bringing-
fun video, is all of us just
I bring
going
my
on
point
a run.
and shoot in
Yeah,
my
that would
in my
be fun.
vest.
Right.
That would be
So,
fun.
so Caleb and I are actually going to are going to France this year for a little running event. And one thing we said is like, oh, it'd be really fun to like bring a film camera.
Wait, no big deal, Niles. It's just like you
No-
just
no big
nonchalantly
deal.
said that.
We're going to
Well,
We
France.
got. I won an Instagram contest. Well, we both kind of did.
Well, Caleb won it, and then I was the friend.
The friend, the
The
running
running
friend.
friend. Anyway.
I was running friend.
Long story short, we get to go to the
Freeloader!
biggest trail running event in the world, so we're pretty freaking
Insane.
frothed out.
That's cool.
on
But
our
it's in-
noggins.
Can I
And,
document
yeah,
you guys? Take me to France.
What'd you say?
I mean, we're not really going to be
Guys.
doing anything other than just like hitting some runs and drinking espresso.
Vaping.
Yeah,
No.
vaping and
And
chilling.
liquid
Vape.
death.
I'm gonna be vaping espresso when I'm there.
Right.
Wow.
Dude,
One
they
thing
have
that
that?
Espresso. Wow.
Do they have
Do they
espresso there?
have that?
they
No.
only
I
have
would
espresso.
I'd vape a coffee in the morning.
Oh, like
I got a
Niles.
question.
oh,
I got a
right.
photo question
Are
for
we?
you guys.
right.
Wait, am I about to get rich? Wait, do they not have coffee vape, dude? Whoa.
No.
Wow.
All right.
Anyway,
seems
what
just
were
like
you
a
saying,
drug.
That sounds
Niles?
intense. That
Are you
sounds
guys gonna
intense.
make a video? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know what we're gonna make. I always
There's
turn.
a lot
I
of-
always turn it into work. I'm like, what are the things
There's
we
a
can
lot
do?
of running YouTubers.
Yeah, don't
though.
do that.
There's
Just
Right.
there's
go
a lot
to
of running
France and have
YouTubers who
fun.
like film.
Hmm.
But I do want to start running with a film camera, like on big
Yes.
runs. Run
Yes.
with a film camera,
100%.
take some photos, and then sit on those for a while, and like start to get those
And then go
processed.
back.
100%.
Yeah.
That'd be fun because those are like very experiential things. I think one of the things that makes photography so interesting is like photographers oftentimes see themselves as like historians,
Mhm.
and you're just kind of capturing, your kind of lifespan in a way. And I think that's something that you don't see it like where it's hard to get cameras is where you don't see a lot of photos, which is why like
Right.
war
why
photographers
there's-
are so iconic because it's
Right.
like you went into a war to shoot
Yeah.
that photo. Like you can't
Yeah.
recreate
Risk your
that.
life. Yeah.
And,
Like-
and like on these long runs, like being super deep in the woods, it's like that's just not a place where a lot of people get cameras. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have enough documentation of railroad tracks. I think everyone is covered, so those are done.
Right.
every
move on.
railroad
Is there a
track
website?
in the world has
Has
been
been Is there a
photographed.
Yeah.
I will not.
Somewhere down the
Apparently.
line.
Somewhere.
All right, y'all. I'm getting hot. It's getting sunny. Cool. I'm getting hot. I was like, it's getting
Oh,
hot.
you're
though.
getting-
Let's
you're
wrap
getting
this
sunny?
thing up. Yeah, I'm getting sweaty.
I was gonna ask you though, all three of you, do you follow any other photographers that are not in your region, like outside of your East Coast or something like
Oh
that?
yeah.
Because every
Honestly.
time we talk about photos, like it's always PW and all that stuff. So well, I don't know who else you
PW.
follow, so.
Pacific West.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're probably right. I probably do follow maybe some New Yorkers and then West Coasters. And I feel like I need to follow a couple more people from the Midwest. I do actually know a couple I follow, but
I try to
Yeah,
follow people that are acquaintances more than just randoms. Like there are random photographers that I just like I follow because I love their work, but I try to keep it more like people that I've interacted with at some point. Even if it's just like a DM, it's just like, oh, I kind of I internet know this person.
Yeah.
And I still follow a lot of people on Instagram. It's like over 1,000. So there's probably some people I can weed out, but I follow a lot of brands too. I follow like friends from high school. Like, I try to keep it as like I want to see what I want to see on Instagram is like my friend's first-year-old's birthday. That's like shot on an iPhone.
Right.
It's like it's awesome because it's like, oh, look at their kid growing up in like the same town I did. Like that's really special to me.
that's definitely a trend that I'm over, dude. Your
What?
kid's birthday
Oh, a
parties.
trend I love: photo dumps. I love iPhone photo dumps.
Ah, yeah,
You
yeah.
give me
Those are
10 iPhone shots, and like for famous
It
people,
feels so
those
real.
blow up.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
for sure.
wow.
Like
That's
if Kanye drops a photo dump, that thing's going a milli likes for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay,
Easy.
how do you
Easy.
do a good photo dump?
I
think-
think
Is there
the
a
point
good
of
way?
it. I think the point of it is for it not to be good.
Mhm.
I think they're
But, like-
I
Right.
think they're good when it's just like a blurry photo of your cat and like it's just the
It feels very
random shit
real.
in your photo
Intentionally
roll.
make it bad.
But every
But it's
photo
diverse.
needs to be like
Yes.
really diverse, right?
Yeah.
There needs to be
Right.
like a big
As over a
span
time
of
span.
Right.
location or
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
How
Yes.
many? How many are we talking? Like
Oh,
6?
you
7?
no,
I
you
don't
max
know.
it out. You max it out.
No,
You max
Was
it
that
out.
10?
What
is
is
it 10?
max
Is it 10?
on Instagram?
10.
Is it 10?
10. 10.
Okay.
Wow.
And do you write photo dump?
So after
in the
this, are we
caption?
all just photo dumping?
I write photo dump like, yo, sup, dumping some photos on
Yeah.
y'all.
Okay. Wow.
Is that a
I wanna
hashtag?
get
Taking
What
a
is
photo
that?
dump. Just taking a photo dump.
I'm just taking a
Sorry,
dump
that's
of.
only
yeah.
funny to me.
Yep.
That's a trend I like.
How do you select that? How do you select
Okay,
the
somebody's
10?
bringing something very good up on Discord. So hashtags were used obviously a long time ago for people to get a following. Then it got really cringy to put hashtags in your caption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people
you
just
put it in the
fully
comment.
stopped.
Mhm.
Some people then just put it in a separate comment. But I feel like now it's okay again.
I have
Do you
not
guys feel like
clicked, I have not
I've-
clicked
yeah.
a hashtag in
I put
6 years.
one hashtag in the description now if it's a photo,
Hashtags feel kind of boomer.
and
Yeah,
then the rest in
like
the
me.
comments.
I feel like they're okay again for some reason.
I feel
I
like
think
I just
maybe
lesson
because
release
of-
it to Al. I say,
It's
Al,
the
I'm
only
on-
way right
I'm
now
on
photos to
Wings
get
of Angels,
recognized.
Al.
I feel like maybe
Nice.
maybe I'm seeing it a lot because it's pretty popular with film photography because it's a great way to look at cameras and film
Yeah.
stocks.
I still click on hashtags.
Okay,
I use
I
that.
lied. I click on
I use
hashtags
that.
when I'm researching areas.
Yes.
area.
Sure.
Like
yeah,
a big
yeah.
thing is like, is there snow up in the mountains? It's like,
Right.
oh, has anyone hashtagged Mount Baldy
It's helpful.
recently? So then I go
Yeah,
click
it is
on it, and,
helpful.
and rather than
Look
going
for
to
the
top
most
photos, I go to
recent.
recent,
Right.
and then it's
yes,
like, oh, there's
yes.
no snow up there.
Yep, exactly.
I think
Hey,
I like to use
someone just said
hashtags
the
as
word in the chat. Someone just said chuggy, and isn't chuggy someone who's like old and doesn't understand the internet?
Yeah, I just
Hashtag
learned what that word
chuggies.
was.
I don't
Right.
know what
Which
it
means
is.
when
you're-
So
something's
I'm not
cringy.
offended. I'm not
Oh, no.
offended.
It's cringy.
It means cringy, but isn't it like it's like for us? It'd be like if it's like skinny jeans, swoopy hair, still listens to like the same music. Is that
Swoopy
chuggy?
hair.
Swoopy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
Get
no,
chuggy
that's,
with
it's
it.
I
the perfect
didn't know what
description.
I didn't know what the term was, and then I watched one of this YouTuber I like to follow. She said it, so
Oh, what? You
Yeah.
gonna say her name? No.
yeah, Shelby Church. She's
Oh,
massive.
right.
Oh, Shelby
Yeah.
Church. She said that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine her saying that.
No,
But-
she used the word, and I was like, what does that even mean? I'm so old.
That's all I was about to
Why are you losing your voice right now? You sound.
Yeah, are you good?
I'm sad. I'm really sad right now.
You're sad.
I just realized on this episode I follow all the trends. No, I I use.
Just like,
I like to use.
dude,
I like to use I think I like to use hashtags more ironically because
Right.
I think I'm funny or something.
Very you, Caleb. Very on
thinking
brand.
I'm funny. I love thinking I'm funny.
I love
That is
thinking
what-
I'm
I
funny.
love
Man,
thinking
I'm
funny.
funny,
I
dude.
love being rich, dude. Sick.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. Y'all funny.
It's ironic.
Sometimes I wonder
It's not
if
true.
like people watching this know when you guys are joking and when you're not.
Oh, I don't
That's
even
the
care.
beautiful
if people
thing
are
about
actually
it.
Like, yeah, that Niles guy like keeps telling me how rich he is.
Yep.
It's only funny because it's not true. Like if it was
Right.
true, if I had like some trust fund, it's just like yeah, it's actually
That would
really
be pretty
sick.
funny.
Trust fund,
That would
baby,
be
yo.
pretty funny though. If
Trust
you were
fund, baby.
super rich and you said
It
it,
would
that's
not be
super
funny.
funny too.
Damn, well I wish that was freaking true. Sitting on a trust fund, having $100K a year, being like, "What's up? I'm rich,
I know.
mother truckers."
That would be nuts.
Mother truckers.
Dude, if I had a hundo,
What
if
a
I had
life.
$100K a year from a
hundo.
from a T fund, I would
Ew, don't say
I would buy
T-fund.
so much film.
Don't say T-fund.
Yeah.
Wait, the meme that someone posted in our meme channel on Discord, what was it? It was man, I like film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MILF.
With Ryan
Oh,
Gosling.
yeah,
So
with the
funny.
Ryan Gosling.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
so sussy.
I think we're rambling.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're at our
Well,
peak.
thanks for watching or listening.
Yep. Make
Appreciate
sure to
it.
subscribe and like this video if you're seeing it. Does help Al, the algorithm,
Yeah.
big boy Al.
Share,
serving
share
it
it
to
with
Al.
your friends if you think it's funny or worth listening to.
Go check out our merch if you
uh,
haven't yet. Link
All
is
the
in this
plugs
bio.
at the end. Okay.
At the end, because it's like but don't buy the merch
If you
want
made it
to.
this far, then you care. So.
Yeah,
Then you can
let's-
We're
sit
gonna
through a
tell
plug
you.
or two. You can sit
Yeah.
through a plug or two. All right, y'all.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Stay on the sunny side. Or keep on the sunny side.
Stay on the
sunny
However
side.
we say it. Later.
Bye.
Whatever our trend is. Okay, bye.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side.